beginning. I was drafted in June 1944. Until that time, you kind of wonder, you're walking around with civilian clothes on, you begin to feel like maybe people are thinking, why isn't this guy in? And also at that time, my three brothers were in. So anyway, I went in and was drafted, and I went in for my physical and all that, and then after the physical, you go up to the final desk, and they tell you you're going to be in the Army, the Navy, or whatever. In this case, it was the Army. So anyway, I went to Monterey Presidio, got your clothes and so on and so forth. We were there for about a week, and then they shipped me and the rest of them in my group to Camp Hood, Texas. So we stayed there for all through the summer months, and it was hot, the water was terrible, and anyway, I was kind of glad to leave there. In October, the weather was getting good. Back to New York and into Fort Meade, Maryland, then aboard ship and back across. It took us 2 weeks to get across because we had a big convoy. There were a lot of different ships and carriers and whatnot, and they're slow moving. So anyway, on the last night before we were going to land in England, you could hear the ash cans dropping in that because the German submarines are going around the convoy. But nothing happened to us, but for a while there it was pretty touch and go because it was about 10 o'clock at night. So anyway, we get to England and through there, and it was no time at all. You're through France and on up to, then you get your final assignment, and I joined the 84th Infantry Division. And anyway, it wasn't too long before we were sent up to the front and that. So it was very cold. The Germans had already broken through, so there were Germans all over the place. So they had told us, you got to be careful. So anyway, it come on, and the days went by and so forth and that. And we were in foxholes and whatever, sleeping whenever you got a chance. So anyway, pretty soon I couldn't feel too much in my feet anymore. The last night I was up there, I got terrible pains in the groin, and I don't know if it was due to the infection going into your feet or whatnot, but the feet felt like 2 blocks of cement. So anyway, the next day, there were about 20 of us, got permission to go back to the aid station so they could check us. When we got back there, a colonel, the doctor, and he was really upset, and he said something to the effect, I'll pull them all off the line if this continues like this. So they had to cut the boots off, and their feet looked like heck. They kept us away from the stove or whatever there was. You can't do that with frozen feet. So anyway, back to on a train in a boxcar, going back to Paris. Got in a large hospital there, but it was very old. It was, of course, a Parisian hospital, and it was only a day or two, and I got pneumonia there. So anyway, the doctor says, we're going to hold you over an extra month till we clear up that pneumonia, which it did. And so then I got fly back to the States, and that's about it. Things are going pretty bad. When the bulge began, I come in a little later, but they were still going on. And that's about all I can tell you about the bulge and that. They lost more men, casualties in the bulge than any other part of the war. So anyway, that's it.
Okay.